External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar, while speaking at a book launch event in Delhi, has spoken about the ongoing Bangladesh crisis, stating that it is natural that they will deal with the government of the day. They have to recognize that there have been political changes and they can be disruptive. He added that clearly here they have to look for mutuality, in fact, of interest, and he stated that neighbors are always a conundrum, and said, tell me which country is there that doesn't have challenges with neighbors. This comes amid the ongoing protests in Bangladesh. Let's in fact listen into what he said.
As is concerned, again, we've had ups and downs, not just in the nature of the region. There have been ups and downs in our own approach to Maldives. You know, we've had the 1988 intervention. Now, all of you are also aware that with Bangladesh, you know,
Brian on the telecast with me. Brian, if you could take our viewers through the statements that have now been made by External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar with regards to the crisis in Bangladesh.
Definitely, you know, at a book launch in Delhi, definitely External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar addressed the ongoing crisis in Bangladesh, stating that it is definitely natural for them to engage with the government in power, and also he talks about that they must rather acknowledge that political changes can be disruptive, and also Jaishankar also highlighted and emphasized the importance of seeking mutual interest in such situations also, and also noted that dealing with neighbors is always complicated and always complex, and he also gave example of which country doesn't have challenges with its neighbor, and his comments come amid this ongoing protest that is happening in Bangladesh also, and even regarding India's approach also to the Maldives also, when he spoke about Maldives and Bangladesh, he acknowledged the ups and downs in the relationship, highlighting a certain inconsistency that is there. But he also stressed that India is deeply invested in this relationship and recognized that both Maldives and Bangladesh view India as a stabilizing force, especially when facing economic challenges and turbulent times. Yes.
Right, absolutely. In fact, joining us at this point of time is Ambassador Suresh Goyal, former diplomat. So thank you so much for taking our time and speaking to us on Newsx. Now, you know, External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar has pointed out the fact that relationships with neighboring countries is always, you know, it's not always the friendliest. Let's just put it that way. With that in the picture, how do you then view the statements that he has made with regards to the crisis in Bangladesh?
I don't think Minister Jaishankar said that they are not the friendliest. You know, when you're talking about the neighbors, you have to be very careful in terms of describing the nature of relationship. What he said was there are always challenges in relationship between the neighbors, particularly smaller neighbors, because a smaller neighbor is always has that kind of a sense of insecurity because of the size, because of the asymmetry in terms of power, etc., and therefore they will always try and see how to make that asymmetry work in their favor. And that is true for both Bangladesh and Maldives. Till the change in the government in Dhaka, Bangladesh was much more friendlier to India than Maldives. Even now, I hope it is. But with the change in government, we need to relook at the nature of the government and how we can make them work in our favor. I'm quite certain that Muhammad Yunus is not the same person as Sheikh Hasina was, but the dynamics of the relationship does not change overnight. Our requirement, our security is what we need, what they need, they don't change. And I think what he's saying is that we are hoping that through conversations we will be able to bring the relationship back on the rails, the same nature, mutual dependence, mutual assurance, mutual, if I may call, security, trust, confidence. It will take some time, but I'm sure it will happen. In the case of Maldives, which is more distant from us than Bangladesh is, we share a maritime border with Maldives, and there the new president has far greater bonhomie with China than anybody else really. But even there, he knows very well. He knows very well that there is no option for them but to have good relations with India. It is for us to see that the good relations with Maldives does not create any fear in the minds of the Maldivians, and that it does not become a sense of concern for the government, even if it takes some doing. I think we need to assure that at the same time we need to balance it out with maintaining and protecting our security interests in the region, particularly when it involves a country like China.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.